Good evening, Route 2. How you guys doing today? We got a nice and cold and chilly, windy day here in New York where I'm at. Today is March 20th, 2008, and it's a quiet day in baseball. The Red Sox, they arrived in Japan this morning. It was about an 18-hour flight. Most of you know that this trip almost didn't happen because of the pay dispute that the Red Sox had with Major League Baseball. Coaches were not getting paid. Sox said they're not getting paid. We're not going anywhere. And they finally reached a resolution where the coaches will get paid half the amount, which is $20,000. The Red Sox will make up for the other 20. So they're going to play the Oakland Athletics. This will be their official season opener next week. 2 games before they head on back. In the meantime, both teams are going to play a couple of the Nippon professional Japanese teams until then to continue their spring training. The St. Louis Cardinals gave pitcher Adam Wainwright a 4-year, $15 million contract, so he's going to lock him up until the year 2012. Nomar Garcia-Parra, as I said yesterday, is most likely going to miss opening day with a fractured bone in his right hand. So the Red Sox again very, very thin on third baseman. The Nationals, they've released their starter John Patterson, who is 0-2 with a 7.0 ERA this spring, and looks like he's not going to be called up anytime soon. Federal prosecutors said that they're going to come up with new indictment charges for the all-time home run king Barry Bonds, since the previous perjury charges were recently thrown out. And I like to see this actually continue because it's, you know, there's lots of controversy going around with Barry Bonds and the whole steroids thing, and honestly I think he did take steroids, but so far there's no real proof. There's a book out there, Game of Shadows, and then there's that couple of reports out there that I've read through. But I would like to actually see some physical, solid evidence against Bonds and take that title away from him. Also, like I said, pitcher Jabba Chamberlain of the New York Yankees, he's going to be starting off the season in the bullpen and work his way up as the season progresses. And I wouldn't go ahead. Actually, we got one more bit of news. Jay Bruce, the top prospect in the minors, and I believe he's the outfielder for the Cincinnati Reds. He's going to start off his season in the minors, and you can probably expect a late season call-up after the All-Star break. Well, quick around the majors before we get to trivia. We got 5 games still going on right now. Dodgers lead the White Sox 8-2. Twins and Reds tied at 0 apiece in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Detroit and Atlanta, they're tied bottom of the 4th, 1-1. Also Houston, Washington 2-2 in the top of the 4th. And the Mets so far blanking Baltimore Orioles 4-0. Milwaukee, Kansas City, they're gonna start 9:05. Seattle and San Diego at 10:05. Both of these teams in the Cactus League in Arizona. That's why the game starts so late. Got some finals here. Florida Marlins tied the St. Louis Cardinals 2-2 after 10 innings. Yankees pounding Toronto 7-2. Philly shut out the Pirates 3-0. Tampa Bay over Cleveland not over. They tied 4-4, and that took 10 innings. Cubs over the Rockies 8-6. Angels over San Fran 8-1, and Texas over Arizona 8-7. And that's the scores for today. All right, yesterday's trivia question. I asked you which modern player had the highest career batting average without ever appearing in the World Series. The correct answer was Harry Heileman. Enter Sandman42 got this one again, and he is once again on top of the leaderboard, and he's one game closer to a free replica autographed baseball. And we got about 10 days left of spring training. That means 10 more questions. If Enter Sandman can lock it in, then we'll send him his baseball a little bit early. And I'm going to make it a little bit interesting. I've been offered through my site. I had somebody contact me. I'm getting 5 free copies of MLB 08 The Show for PlayStation 3. So if you have that console, go ahead and jump in the trivia. And we're going to try to figure out some more prizes so I can hand a few copies of those out as the season progresses, maybe even a little season for the first half of the regular season when we do trivia. All right, today's trivia question is... Oh, and I lost it. No. Okay, what is the attendance? The lowest attendance to see a World Series game. Again, the smallest crowd ever to see a World Series game. Now, if you think you know the answer, go ahead and reply in the thread below. Send me a message or put an autograph on my wall, and the first correct answer, of course, gets 5 free roots, and they'll be put on the leaderboard, or if you're already on there, you'll move up on the leaderboard. And right now, it looks to be a tight little race between Enter Sandman 42 and Linny Dogs 8. And again, if they both tie, we're going to have a trivia off, and it'll be sudden death. The first person to get the question wrong is out. But more on that if that scenario does occur. And that wraps it up for today's episode of Major League Baseball Roundup. I'll be here tomorrow again, 9 p.m. Eastern, on the last show of the week. And we'll get back to you on Monday. You guys have a good one, and just keep on zooing. You know I always hear that.